What's up, everybody? Ghost in the Sheet here, and today I look like David Dobrik, but you know what? We're gonna roll it with it anyway. Today I wanted to talk about this movie that came out not too long ago on Shudder, and I have mixed feelings on it, so I'm gonna come here and bitch about it. But basically, today I want to talk about this horror movie that I saw. It's a little silly horror movie called In a Violent Nature. Now, I wanted to see this horror movie for a bit now because it had a very promising like thing going on for it where it's basically a horror movie, but it follows the perspective of the killer instead of the survivors, which I thought was a cool premise. And the whole time I went into this movie, I was just like, "Oh, this movie's probably going to be sick. It's probably going to be awesome." And I'm a little disappointed, but not totally disappointed because the movie, it's not a bad movie. It's not a horrible movie at all by any means, but it definitely misses the mark on what it wants to do. Now, this horror movie, basically the plot, I'm going to spoil the plot, but basically what happens is this horror movie zombie character named Johnny, his necklace that was given to him by his mother basically gets stolen off his grave. So he comes back from the dead and he just kills people to get his necklace back, which is awesome. Now, the plot of the movie is basically just that. It's just Johnny trying to get his necklace back and he kills people on the way. That's about it. Cuz well, it's not going to be awesome cuz the Johnny's not going to tell you the story or the background of the movie. He can't talk. He's a voiceless character. But now, besides the plot being very simple and stuff, which I don't mind, it's about time I watch a horror movie without a giant expedition on the killer and stuff, but that's not my problem. My problem stems in a lot of the other things besides the plot in the movie. The plot's fine cuz I mean, what's left of a plot anyway, but my problem in this movie is everything it wants to do after that is executed in kind of an awkward way. I mean, this movie, let's just get this out of the way. The movie, the shots are stunning. It is beautifully filmed. I love every scene in the movie. It's beautifully choreographed. Like I love all the scenes in this movie. And the whole time you're watching the movie, you feel like you're watching a documentary more than a horror movie. It feels like you're watching a nature documentary. How many times you see the killer walking through the woods and stuff. And that's another problem I have with this movie. The scenes of Johnny walking are so long and forever. And that wasn't a bad thing at the start of the movie, but when you see Johnny walking for like 10 minutes straight every other single scene, it's like, come on now. We get it. Now, this movie is basically just walking simulator with how many times I see Johnny just walking aimlessly in the woods and walking for so long and he walks so slow. And the another issue stems from that is if you don't like seeing a movie where a guy walks around for like 10 minutes straight after anything that happens, you're not going to like this movie because it spends a lot of time just following where Johnny walks in the movie, and it can get a little repetitive and ridiculous at that times. And like it's just so lame. Like this movie, like when I see Johnny walk in the woods, it follows him from behind, so I feel like I'm playing Friday the 13th the game sometimes. I no shit actually picked up my Xbox controller while watching Johnny walk in the woods in the movie, and I literally got Vietnam flashbacks from Friday the 13th the game. I'm not shitting you at all. That was something I literally did. It feels like Friday the 13th the game sometimes. Now, Johnny, the killer of the movie, he is he's basically just Jason Voorhees. I hate to say it, but Johnny, he's basically just another Jason Voorhees. And I'm kind of getting sick of that a little bit because ever since like Victor Crowley and stuff, it's just been a running gag where the killer is just another Jason Voorhees. They even did that shit to Leatherface in the reboot. They basically made him a mama's boy grunt who just kills without a thought in the world. Even though Leatherface is supposed to be a scaredy cat, he's probably more terrified of the dudes he kills more than anything. But whatever, that's a different story for another day. Johnny, though, he's fine. He's another Jason Voorhees, which again is kind of lame, but what else are you going to do with him, I guess? And I do like his mask. His mask, you'll see on the front cover of this video, his mask, kind of cool looking. It's kind of jarring at first because it kind of looks like a weird fly head, but it's cool looking. His weapons are fine. He uses an axe and like a hook chain, so he's got that going for him. The kills in the movie, they're kind of cool. I do like the shot where Johnny walks into the water after the girl that's swimming drags her under, and then you see him resurfacing with her body. That scene is actually kind of tight. I actually really like that scene. And my favorite kill in the movie is the one where he literally rips a hole through a girl's head, sticks the hook in her head and like pulls her head through her stomach. That's another really cool one. Like, I really like that. And then after that, the kills kind of get more simple, which is lame, but whatever. And now, see, now all of that wouldn't be bad, because, like I said, the plot in this movie is kind of just a killer goes and kills people that for a necklace. You know, the plot's kind of just not there. But here's my biggest problem with the movie. My biggest issue with the movie is the ending. I really, really do not like the ending because the ending is so horrible and insufferable that it literally feels like it's wasting your time for no reason. The ending basically ends with the final girl. First off, the guy, Johnny, is killing a guy that was helping the girl set a trap for Johnny. And Johnny just hits him constantly. Like, he's already dead, and Johnny's just sitting there wailing the body with an axe for like 5 minutes. It's like, Johnny, he's fucking dead. Leave him be. Go after the girl. Nope, Johnny just sits there for 10 minutes hitting the same dead body with an axe. It's like, what the hell, dude? Like, Jason's not even that stupid. He would have moved on by now. And then the girl gets away, and in the last 30 minutes, I think like actual 20 minutes, but it felt like eternity. The last couple minutes of the ending of the movie is literally the girl escaping, getting on a truck, and then the whole ending of the movie is just them riding off in the truck while the girl sits there and says nothing. And the lady driving the truck is just going on about like how her family member got mauled by a bear. And then the whole time the lady's looking at the woods and you're like, oh, Johnny's going to pop out and kill them. Nope, never does. The whole rest of the movie is just this girl saying nothing, while barely anything, while riding in a truck. And then you see like the necklace is gone, like Johnny got it back. But like whatever, dude. But that ending pisses me off so bad because it literally feels like it's wasting your fucking time by doing nothing. It absolutely does nothing. Nothing happens, and it is just a really lame, boring ending, and it sucks ass. I hate this ending more than anything in this movie. The ending sucks. The walking scenes are repetitive, and that just fucking annoyed me, that ending right there. It was just so lame and boring and insufferable that I just had to rant about it for like a minute. But anyway, besides all that, this movie, it's kind of It's just, I get it. It's trying to be artsy and go for a different, like, view on a horror movie. But at the end of the day, it's just kind of like a boring Friday the 13th, honestly. I'd still recommend it for a watch at least once. But if you don't like scenes of just Johnny walking for like 10 minutes and you don't like scenes of just constant quiet with nothing but like woods background, then you're just not going to like this movie because it's kind of just boring on those shots. But besides that, I had a fun time watching it. It's not a bad movie. It's just really boring when nothing's happening. And nothing happening is a constant in this movie. It sucks. But anyway, I still recommend it, but it's not a good horror movie by any means. And it's not a horrible one. It's just kind of an eh. But anyway, that's about it. See you guys.